Hi, I am Suzanne Willis. I will be your instructor for the lab and lecture portions for Chem 151 this semester. And all of the semester will be completely online. We will not meet face-to-face at all. So the way the My Time, which is what you're enrolled in, works is that you are going to complete things kind of at your convenience. There are due dates that are listed, and I'll show you exactly where those are to keep you on track. But as far as getting ahead or when you want to watch lectures, when you want to complete labs within the week, that is completely up to you. I also am happy to be available as much as I can be for you, and I'll also show you other resources that you can use throughout the semester. So, quick introduction to myself. I've been teaching chemistry for the last 12 years, and the last 7 have been at AB Tech. I went to Appalachian and then graduate school at Wake Forest and UNCW. So I've really enjoyed teaching chemistry, and I'm happy to help you however I can. I also have 3 kids and a 4th on the way. My 4th is due on Thanksgiving Day, which is during the semester. If everything goes as planned, I will be your instructor for the duration of this course though. So I will let you know if and when anything changes there. So today I'm just going to walk you through the course as far as the expectations and where you can find the different documents that you'll need. So here I've got the middle page pulled up. This is going to be where really all of the information lies and the links for any videos and assignments. You can find them here. So here at the top, I'll always have the upcoming due dates, the ones that are due kind of up to the next test generally. So most of the time, it'll just be your mastering chem assignments, which are your homework assignments, and when they're due. And then the lab experiments for the next couple of weeks, and when they're due. And then the test that's coming up. This time, we also have this thing called the syllabus verification. This is coming onto Moodle right here and reading the course syllabus, making sure that you ask me any questions that you have. And then once you feel good about the policies and information there, you'll just go to the syllabus verification and you will click, yes, you have read it and you understand the policies of the course. And that'll make you actually active in the course. So if you will do that by August 31st, that'd be great. So that'll be the first assignment. That's not for a grade, but it does have to be completed for attendance purposes as well here. So I'll always have these up here so that you can see them quickly. This top section on Moodle, there's going to be a lot of things here that you can't see, so hopefully yours will be a little bit simpler. But these are kind of the general things that you'll need for the course. So the mini syllabus, which is what I'll run through today here in a minute. The full syllabus with all of the policies. Your syllabus verification form, which is just saying that you've read the syllabus. The 2 places for support and tutoring are called Thinking Storm and Academic Learning Center. They are both online and both available to you. The Academic Learning Center is at AB Tech, and they will meet you virtually over Zoom, which will work really well, especially if you're working on mastering chem. You could show the person the question you're working on, and they can help you work through it. That is unlimited as far as many hours as you want to use them. They are, they do have open hours, which the flyer tells you. It'll tell you how to get on, how to meet with the person, and what the hours are. Thinking Storm is 24 hours a day, which is a pro there. It's not AB Tech, it's a different organization, but it is available 24 hours a day. And I think you have 5 hours available. If you ever run out of that time, you can let me know. But if you're working at non-traditional hours, Thinking Storm might be a good option. And the syllabus will tell you how to log into Thinking Storm. And then here are just course information and documents. So the equations we'll be using, the periodic table, my information, and a couple of links. Okay? Here is this thing called course messaging. Course messaging is going to be a discussion board where you all can talk to each other. So if you have a question on a mastering chem homework, or if you are not understanding a certain type of question, feel free to add it here. Or if you're confused about something and you think students might be more helpful than me, then that is great. You can also ask for someone if someone's interested in studying with you, working together, that kind of situation. So here is the discussion board, and y'all are welcome to use that how you feel is helpful and beneficial for you. Moving down, here are my video links. So what I have posted here currently are my pre-recorded videos. And this is what my previous online course has used, where you just go and you click on the video. You'll see that chapter 1 has 4 videos. And they'll come up on YouTube for you. And the way my videos work is what I have done on these is I have posted what I call guided notes. Guided notes are an outline that I have created that you'll see here. It's like a Word document. And I have posted the filled in notes, and I'm just running through them and talking through the concepts and the problems. That's what these videos look like. So you can go through them at your leisure and time and work through them. The way I recommend using these is having the guided notes printed. So you just have all of this typed information, and you start and stop the video and write as I'm talking. So as if you're in class with me, you would be writing down what I'm discussing, the examples I say, how to do the problems, etc. That's going to be the best way to get the information into your brain. And with chemistry specifically, it's so many problems and working through problems that if you can write it, that's going to help you a lot more than just watching me do it. So here are the videos for the entire course. So those are already posted there. Let's get back to Moodle. What I will also post here is I am teaching another section where I'll be teaching to them live each week, and I'll actually be writing the notes with them. So I will post those. They will be very similar to these pre-recorded videos, but if you feel like that might be more helpful to watch me interact and be writing the notes, then you're welcome to use those as well. You'll be on the same pace as them. So I will be posting an additional link here for the more live type sessions, even though they won't be live with you. Labs are right here. So here you have a link to all of the lab videos. So again, it'll look kind of like a Word document. And there's 2 links for each lab. So experiment 1, for example. Experiment 1's not a great example because it's actually just a dry lab, meaning it's all practice. So when I clicked on that link, it took me to this. It tells you what pages to complete, what material to use, so chapter 1 and 2. And then the way you will submit your lab reports is you will complete the pages in your manual, and then you will submit them on Moodle. So you'll see experiment 1 here, lab submission link. You'll take photos of your pictures of your completed lab pages, and you will upload them as PDFs to the link. And then I'll be able to write on them and grade them for you. So this is where you will submit your labs. So the first link is showing you the different videos. So experiment 2 is a better example of all of the labs. What this will look like is you're gonna have 2 things. One says info, data, and video links. If you click on that, you're going to come up with this big long page about experiment 2. What it's going to walk you through is there's always an intro video, which is going to just give you a brief introduction to the lab, and mostly that video will talk about calculations and how to do any calculations in the lab. So you'll definitely want to watch that. And then I have shown procedures. So part A video, part B video, and you will just complete your lab manual as you watch the videos. So data will be provided in the videos, Any data that's not provided in the videos will be given to you here. So right here's a good example where it says for the mass of the cylinder, you're going to see the video. But the rest of the trials, I didn't do it 5 times. Instead, I provided data for you. And then you'll complete all of the calculations. And this works very similarly through each lab. Hopefully, this becomes very repetitive to where you're really familiar with how this is set up, because it'll be really similar for every lab. So that's what the info page looks like. You'll also see this set for Experiment 2 intro video notes. When I do an intro video, I'm writing on the lab pages. And so I just posted a PDF of my writing. So if it's helpful to see calculations written out, I did, for example, on this one, I know I did a demo or kind of a sample calculation here. This isn't going into your lab manual. This is just practice to show you how to complete a set of calculations. So that's how each lab is set up. There are a few that are dry labs that are going to be a mastering chemistry assignment instead of in your lab manual. Okay. So that's what the lab resources look like on Moodle. So you watch all the information here, complete in your manual, and then upload them here. Your tests are also posted on Moodle. So the tests are the one thing that have to be completed within a very specific time period. You'll always have a 2-day period from 5 a.m. one day to midnight the next, where you will have one attempt at the test, but you can take it anytime during that window. This will always tell you that you have one attempt. It'll tell you how many questions, and it'll tell you time. If you have an accommodation sheet from the college, please let me know, and we can talk about test accommodations that you need. You're welcome to use your notes and your textbook and your formula sheet, whatever we have provided for you during, in the course. You cannot use other people or other websites outside of that. So you need to stick with our information from the course, but you are welcome to use those resources. So that's how all of the tests are set up here. So one attempt, there's a time limit, and here's even your final. So for each chapter, you're going to have a big blurb here on Moodle. So the first few things are PowerPoint slides, handouts. Those are just departmental. They're not really specific for me. They're there if they're helpful. What are mine, the documents that are mine are these things called guided notes. Again, these are what I lecture through. So what I would recommend doing is taking chapter 1 guided notes, printing them out if that's possible for you, and then writing the notes in as I'm talking on those videos. So then it's more like a classroom-based learning style, and you are using your brain to write down what I'm talking through. So these are the guided notes. There's a blank copy, and then there's a filled-in copy. And the filled in is what you will see on those videos, okay? So that's also there. And then anything below the guided notes down here or any additional practices, those are mine. So you're welcome to use them optionally however you'd like. There's always problems and keys. A lot of times there will even be a practice test posted for certain sections. So you'll see that you'll get used to each chapter has the same things, guided notes and the filled in notes, and then anything else I've put that just might be helpful. Guided notes, filled in, anything else that might be helpful, and a practice test. Okay, so every chapter is set up like that on Moodle. Hopefully that helps you kind of understand this site for you. At the very end, there are additional lecture videos on every topic. Those are done by another instructor, so if something just feels like you need someone else to explain it or in a different way, you can come down here and watch his videos. They're there for you just to use as you would like to use them. So that's the Moodle page. Mastering Chemistry will be where all of your homework is. So on Moodle, what we just saw is that your tests are posted here and you're putting your labs here. So that takes care of your lab assignments and your tests. The only other assignments you have are Mastering Chemistry homework. So you will purchase the access code for Mastering Chemistry, And then it'll look like this, where you have an assignment for every chapter. You have a due date for them all. And you can complete each one up to 2 times, and it'll keep your highest grade. So you can do it once and be done. You can run through quickly the first time and then try harder on the second. Or however you'd like to use that, go for it. But the 2 tries are just hopefully to take the stress off, let you get through it once, and then practice one more time as needed. So each chapter has a homework assignment here. Also, I mentioned a few minutes ago, there are going to be 3 labs that you're not doing in your lab manual. Instead, you're going to complete on mastering chemistry because they're just purely practice problems anyways. So here, you'll go here to see those assignments as well. You also have 2 chances on all of those. That kind of lays out where things are. So let's run to the mini syllabus, and let me just run through and see what I haven't told you yet. So email is super important. I am going to be emailing you very regularly. That will be my main form of contact. I'll usually send you an email on Mondays and then again on Thursdays, just the updates of the week. And then periodically throughout, I'll send you more emails whenever something comes up. So Moodle, we've talked through it. You know what's there and how to find it. The syllabus, there's a full syllabus that shows you all the policies. Here I'm just highlighting kind of the most important ones. And then email, please check your email regularly. Make sure it's your AB Tech email. That's the one I'm going to be using. And then this is also my main form of communication in general. I don't really have great office hours because I'm not on campus at all, and nor are you. But I will respond to emails within 24 hours. So if I have not responded within a day, please email me again. That's really important because I do generally quickly respond. So if I don't, then send me another email. Grading, you only have 3 types of assignments. You have your tests, which are on Moodle. You have your labs, which you're doing in your lab manual, and you're uploading to Moodle. And then there's 3 of those that are on mastering chemistry. And then you have your homework, which is all the rest of the mastering chemistry assignments. So those are the only 3 graded things in the course. The videos, I showed you where my lecture videos are and lab videos. You can watch them both at your own time. Guided notes are provided for each chapter. That's just the way I teach personally. So I recommend using the blank ones as a template and filling in the guided notes as you're watching the videos. Now for each of the graded assignments, we'll focus on Mastering Chem, labs, and tests here. Mastering Chem is where all of your homework is. Once again, you get 2 attempts for each assignment. The highest grade is kept. The late penalty will be 5% each day past your due date. However, at any point, you can never get less than 50% of your score. So I always prefer you to do these than to not, even if it's late. There will be 1 homework grade that will be dropped. So your lowest grade will be dropped in that category. Labs, most of them are completed in your lab manual, watching the videos. So you'll complete them and then you'll submit them as a PDF. Here you can use an app such as Cam Scanner, where you just take the picture of your lab pages that are complete and convert them to PDF. That will allow me to write on them and correct them for you. So you'll need to change those to PDF and then upload them on Moodle. And 3 of the assignments will be Mastering Chem. And then as far as late penalty for labs will be accepted for 10% reduction in credit each day, up to 2 days late. So if you have not submitted them within 2 days late, then you're going to receive a 0 on that lab grade. Please touch base with me if there are circumstances that are not normal, and we will try to accommodate the best we can. But generally speaking, labs have to be turned in within 2 days of their due date. And 1 lab grade will also be dropped. So 1 lowest lab grade is dropped. Tests, those are posted on Moodle. Remember, they need to be completed within their time period. You have those windows that are very specific. You're going to have one attempt. I'll always tell you the time limit, how many questions there will be. And the tests, no test grade is dropped, but what it says here is that your lowest test grade will be replaced by your final exam score if it helps you. So if you make an 80 on the final, that'll replace one low test grade if you had a test grade that's lower than 80. Okay, but no test grade just gets eliminated. It may just get replaced by the final. Web Advisor is where your final grades will be placed at the end of the term. I mentioned this earlier, so on Moodle you'll see a link for the Academic Learning Center information and its hours. So you can log on and they can meet you via Zoom. Thinking Storm is the 24-hour tutoring service, and you'll go to the link on Moodle and this is how you sign in. Use your full AB Tech email and your Moodle password and you're good to go. Course material. So the textbook is not required because I will not give you any graded assignments out of the textbook. However, with all the instruction being online, a lot of times people like to have a textbook available. So you have options of either getting the e-text, which is cheaper, or you can get an older edition of this book or another general chem book. So any general chemistry book should cover the same topics we're covering. This edition or an older one may be best just because it'll be more similarly laid out, but any general chem textbook will be fine. Mastering Chem is what's very required and very specific. So you'll have to purchase an access code for Mastering Chemistry, and it has to match this exact textbook, including 14th edition. So before opening it, please double check all this information and make sure it looks like it's the correct access code. You can buy this in the AB Tech bookstore. You can also buy it directly on masteringchemistry.com. And you'll use my course ID, which is here in red, and that will bring up my specific course for you with all the correct assignments. So that's Mastering Chemistry. You can purchase it with just the assignments, or you can purchase it with the e-text for a little bit of extra money. So you can decide what you'd like to do between those two options. You'll also need an app or some way of taking a picture and converting to PDF. I think on an iPhone, the Notes app will do this for you. So you'll take pictures, change them to PDF to submit your labs. You will need a lab manual. This is also required. I think it's maybe less than $5, and it's at the AB Tech bookstore. They can mail it to you. So you just be sure you get General Chem Lab Manual Volume 1. And then you also need some sort of calculator that will do exponents and regular online access. Down here is just the tentative schedule. It's unlikely that any of this will really change. So here, I'll let you know if anything does. But you've got the lab schedules. Labs are generally due on Sunday nights at midnight on Moodle or Mastering Chem, depending on the nature of that lab. So there's the lab schedule. It'll run you through that. And then the assignments here are the Mastering Chem assignments. So they are always due right around test day. And then it'll also tell you when that test window is. So Mastering Chem, test, all the way down. So every week you should be asking yourself, what lab do I need to do? What Mastering Chem and lectures do I need to be doing? And then when is my next test? The final exam is also on Moodle, and it will cover all of the course material. So all chapters will be included on that final. So that's a walkthrough of the different components of the course. Hopefully that lays it out for you so that you know where to find different components and kind of what the expectations are. So the first things you need to be getting ready for is getting your access code for Mastering Chem. They do have a free 2-week trial, so if you don't have financial aid or for any reason you can't purchase it yet, they will let you sign up for 2 weeks of a free trial. So you can use that as needed. Please email me with any questions. I am very happy to help you in any way. I would say for help with homework and course material, that I would really encourage the Academic Learning Center because they are available and they're trained and they're great at helping. And then, of course, I'm happy to help if you email me. I'm glad to answer you quickly and try to explain the best that I can. So I hope you enjoy the course, and please let me know how I can be of assistance throughout.